Hey, it's Nick with the Gaminganarchist, and welcome to the Anarchic Eye. Hope you like my little wine vision thing I did there. Now, I'd like to thank all of you guys who actually gave me feedback with regards to the problems I was having with my camera. I've gone back to a previous camera, so hopefully this will be a bit better, but thanks a lot for the guys taking it on board, particularly the guys from Kilobits, and there's been a lot of you guys who've really offered some very sensible and healthy feedback. Thank you. Unfortunately, my Xperia Z that I've been using to film recently has got an unstoppable autofocus, and it's a pain in my fucking arse. So hopefully Sony will sort that shit out, because I don't like the fact I've got a cutting edge bloody phone and it can't record properly in the true high def that it does. It's a pain in the arse, so I've gone back to a previous camera. So never mind. Right, bit of news. Those of you in the UK and are planning to go to the MCM Comic-Con Expo in London Docklands at the end of May, so let you guys know I will be there. So if you want, hit me up on my Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and yeah, come in for a drink if you fancy, because I will be floating around and I'll be laughing. I generally like to play the game when I'm there. How many women go cosplayed as Misty from Pokémon, and how many Pikachu do I find? Normally I get to around 17, 18 Misties in a day, which is hilarious, and I just basically go, hey, do you know, if I just wear shorts and a yellow top, I'm a Pokemon trainer. Yeah, great cosplay. I mean, generally I don't cosplay because I'm fairly limited with my stature as to who I go as, and really I don't fancy going as, you know, some kind of ridiculous Marcus Phoenix homoerotic necklace fucktard, so there we go. Other than maybe Auron from Final Fantasy X, I'm fairly limited. So, right, some good news. CD Projekt Red, who, let's face it, I bum massively. I have a lot of respect for CD Projekt Red. They've only made 2 games, and the 2 games they've made are fucking phenomenal. Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 are phenomenal games. I personally think they're fucking outstanding games. Do they have problems? Yeah. Do they overly rely on TNA? Yeah, they do. But so do the books. But fantastic games. Looking forward to Cyberpunk. Looking forward to Witcher 3. Now, with regards to Witcher 3, they were asked, will there be multiplayer for Witcher 3? And I am so glad that they turned around and just went, no. There's no point in multiplayer in a single-player narrative story. They've said the story's about Geralt. Geralt's the character. That's it. You don't want to be playing as other characters. That's the point. This Geralt's story. Nothing else is interesting. Knock it the fuck off. It's just about Geralt in a single-player game. Fantastic. I'm very glad to hear that they're sticking to their guns, and they've got a niche product. It is a dark, high fantasy, very fucking complex game. It is a niche product, and they are sticking to it being a niche product. And you'll see a through line through it, this story this week, that there are a lot of issues where people are just looking for these, hitting every marker, and CD Projekt Red are doing the right thing. They are going for what they know they want to go for. They're going for the single-player, hardcore RPG crowd, and that is a good call that they're doing that. It's a good business call. At least that leads me a bit onto my one of my worries. I've got a few worries, and I might do a top 5 list why I'm worried about Batman Origins. And one of them is that Warner Brothers Montreal, who are developing it, not Rocksteady, which is distressing as it is, are adding multiplayer. Now, I'm a bit worried because Rocksteady said they wouldn't bother adding multiplayer unless it added something to the game, and they're adding multiplayer. I don't know. Apparently it's going to be a villain team-based attack against Batman and Robin. Might be good, might be massively shit. It might be a Juggernaut mode, might be an awesome third-person brawler Juggernaut mode. Maybe. I don't know. I hope it works out well, but it's a warning flag for me. That is a warning sign. Really is. I hope they prove me wrong, but it makes me a bit cautious. Okay, right, a lot of Nintendo news. Okay, because it's their end of financial year. Right, they have announced that they didn't do very well. However, they are still profitable. They only made 50% of their sales. They expected a lot more take up on the Wii U, and frankly, they didn't do themselves any favours. They didn't advertise the Wii U as a new console, really, at all. People who aren't gamers don't know what the Wii U is. in the way they didn't know what they know what the Wii was, they know what the PlayStation is, they know what an Xbox is. The Wii U, they think it's a handheld. They think it's a handheld that links to a Wii. That's what they think it is. There's no amazing games. Zombie U isn't going to sell it. A 2D Mario game isn't going to sell it. Call of Duty apparently is a lot of fun on the Wii U, but it's already out. So is Batman. So is Assassin's Creed 3. They're releasing games that are already out and that core gamers have already played. So you're not getting the core gamers in, you're not getting the casuals in, you're not getting anybody in. But that said, you still sold over 3 million units, which for a launch window you should consider healthy. That's more than the Dreamcast sold in its early launch window. That's good. You're doing well. Stop pretending it's some kind of horrible failure and run with it and make good use of it. For fuck's sake. Sort it out. It's not good to do yourself down to the point where you're actually doing well. Okay, so also, Satoru Iwata has, the CEO of Nintendo, has stepped in and has taken over CEO role of Nintendo America, which I'm fucking delighted with. I think this will, hopefully, he will see that people in the West want their games. We want their games. Really, we do. The games you get in Japan sell to a hardcore niche crowd. I am so glad that Fire Emblem is selling well and is being reviewed well. I got that on my 3DS last week and I have played it more than I've played a game in ages. I love it. I don't get much time to game these days, but I've played 10 hours of Fire Emblem since Friday. That is genuinely, for the last year or so of my life, that's unheard of. I don't have time to play that many games. I used to play 5-10 hours a day, but nowadays I'm too busy to get time for it. Between work and doing this and trying to get exercise in and living my life and having a social life, I do not have the time to game as much as I like to. So the fact that I've played that much of that game, that says a lot. And that is Fire Emblem is a massively successful strategic RPG from Japan. The series doesn't get the recognition it deserves over here. And right now it is. It's been pushed the right way. Even IGN are happy about it. I mean, Jesus Christ. If IGN are gushing over your game, and it's a Japanese game, fucking hell, that's some good news. Really, that's great, and I'd like to see more of that. You know, the Shin Megami Tensei games are coming over more and more, a bit more on that later, but they're coming over there much more, which is good stuff. You're starting to localise a bit more. Because, Christ, the nightmare it was to get Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story and Pandora's Tower. It shouldn't have been that much of a problem for core gamers to get hold of core games that they wanted to play. So Nintendo, please sort that out, and hopefully you'll be sorting it out with getting rid of... Just seriously, listen to your English-speaking audience. They are as big, if not, they are a bigger audience than you have in Japan. You could rule the bloody world with regards to consoles. Listen to your fans, because you are gypping a lot of your fans right now. So, there's been a Wii U software update for those of you who haven't been online with your Wii U. If you have one, this firmware update is going to give you a 33% decrease in your disk load time. So, one of the major issues that people have had with the Wii U, that it's very sluggish to load. That time's just dropped by a third, so that's some good news right there. Another bit of good news, this is how you deal with used products. Okay, Nintendo has gone live on their store, and they're offering second-hand handheld devices with 1-year warranty. Now, you're not going to find many 3DS XLs on there. There aren't many, if any. But you're going to find 3DSs, the little ones, the one I currently have, the DS, the DSi. They're selling those on there. They're selling them with a 1-year warranty, and they're selling them cheaper than Gamestop. Now that's how you tackle the used game market. You force those companies to squeeze their margins. That is the best way to tackle the used market. Make them squeeze. Do not stop used gaming. Offer your consumers a better option. It is now a better option to go to Nintendo to buy used Nintendo products. That is a good deal. That keeps your consumers in-house. I don't care if GameStop goes under, if game companies did GameStop's job for them. That's how it works. I'm all about not taking away the option. Keep the option. If you want to keep it in-house and make it a good price deal, then I'm not going to be upset at you. And that's a good call. Now, speaking of another good call that Nintendo have been doing, they have announced that if you buy any 3 of a list of 8 3DS games, now off the top of my head I can't remember all of them, but it's Monster Hunter, Luigi's Mansion, Fire Emblem, a few of them are CAC, I can't remember a lot of them, but if you buy 3 of them and register them on the Nintendo website, if you have a Nintendo account, if you do that and register 3 of those games, I'll put the link in the description field. If you buy those 3 games, they will give you another one of those games for free. One of the other games on the list of your choosing for free as digital download. Now that's a pretty good deal. Now, however, I can't really say there's actually more than 3 games on that list I'd want to buy. For me, it would be Fire Emblem, Luigi's Mansion, and Monster Hunter. I can't remember the other 3, and I'm not going to Google them right now live. So, there's another 5 games involved in that list. If you buy 3, you get another one free. However, you do have to register it online before the 30th of June. Okay? That's the only thing. You register them on your account, your Nintendo VIP account, they'll offer you a free game to download. So that again, good incentive. If I was on the fence about buying Monster Hunter and you know, Luigi's Mansion, which I'm not on the fence about, I do want to buy Luigi's Mansion, Monster Hunter I'm on the fence of. If I thought I'd get 2 games for the price of 1, maybe I'll buy Monster Hunter. Good call. That is how you keep your consumers happy. Again, Nintendo, this is good stuff. I'd like to see better PR. However, I'm a little bit concerned. Although I think it may be a good call, Nintendo have made a deal about announcing they're not doing an E3 press conference. Now, I think that's a fair point because they don't have, unless they don't obviously clearly have a killer app to advertise. They can't go up against the big announcement of Xbox 720, PlayStation 4. They can't go up against that with, we've got some games for the Wii U finally. They can't do that. Unless they were willing to basically rehash last year's E3, concentrate on the Wii U and relaunch the Wii U, and they're not going to do that, so they're not going to bother with a conference. Now, I think it's a sensible call to not waste your time and money. However, there is a risk that you are not giving the media what they want. You don't give the media what they want, you don't get the coverage. You don't get the coverage, you don't sell your units, and nobody is buying. Nobody really in the wider market is aware of the Wii U as it is. So you better play this very carefully, Nintendo, otherwise you may well be in trouble. Right. Ubisoft are in my shit books today. Oh my god, they are. Right. They have announced Splinter Cell isn't as popular as it should be because it's too complicated. Yeah, I'll repeat that for those of you who have face-palmed so fucking loudly that their forehead came out the back of their head. Yeah, Splinter Cell, the hard fucking core stealth game. The realistic hardcore stealth game is too difficult, too complicated, therefore it's not selling well. And they use the horrible fucking dreaded A word, accessible. Fucking accessible. I'm going to have that chiseled on my tombstone. Accessible is a word for cunts. That's what's going on my tombstone. Game not working, inaccessibility issues. Game too hard, not an accessibility issue. Okay? That is not how it works. Right? Dark Souls is not inaccessible, it's hard. Okay? Difference. Broken game, inaccessible. Splinter Cell, your last game was already a fucking ridiculous point and click. You run there, now you run there, now you click on those people and shoot them. You're already dumbing down the series to what was a really in-depth, hardcore stealth experience. Your last game, for all of its innovation of writing stuff on the wall, which is all well and good, but it dumbed the series down. and it didn't sell very well. And it didn't sell very well because it wasn't easy enough. It didn't sell well because it didn't grab the niche market. You aim for a niche market. You're aiming for the hardcore stealth crowd. Aim for the hardcore stealth crowd. I will buy a hardcore stealth game. I won't buy an action game with stealth elements. I love stealth games. Genuinely one of my favourite series of games. I love sitting in the dark, waiting, choking people out, dragging them into corners, sticking them in a box. Fucking love that. It's one of my favourite mechanics in gaming. Don't make it more fucking accessible. Make it harder. Or at least make it better. You don't have to make it hard, just make it well. Fuck's sake. Well, they're also... Now, they are bringing Rayman Legends forward, which is... I would say rejoice, but I'm not going to say rejoice. Because of the fact they delayed it on the Wii U in the first fucking place. But they brought it forward to August. Which is a good thing for everybody. It means they get hold of Rayman Legends. And they have, as an apology, released a Rayman Legends app for the Wii U for challenge maps. So that's a bit of a... I'm sorry. They're clearly in damage control. And I hope they listen about it. But they obviously... The main reason they brought it forward is, one, because it was done quicker. Because the developers were pushed too fucking hard. But also, they were never going to sell that against GTA 5. It was never going to sell. You're not going to sell 5 million units of that game versus GTA 5 that's going to sell about 15 million units in the first week. You are not going to beat GTA 5. That is going to be up there. It's going to be potentially Call of Duty good selling. Probably not as high as Call of Duty, but it's going to sell well. It's going to sell the shit out of Rayman Legends, and you don't want to be coming out a few days before that. So, Ubisoft has also Watch Dogs. Now, Watch Dogs is an interesting series of games. I'm not massively opposed to Ubisoft. I don't consider them evil, but I consider them fucking stupid. They've announced 4, count them, 4 different special editions of Watch Dogs. If I face-palmed as hard as I want to face-palm, I'd give myself fucking concussion. It's an unknown entity. It's an unknown IP. It doesn't need a special fucking edition with a statue. Statues I have, okay? You can see that one over there. Max Payne 3. You can see the little Agent 47 there from what I got from an Expo demo. Behind the camera, there's a big Agent 47 because I bought the big Agent 47. I've also got Brotherhood of Steel Fallout 3 statue behind that camera as well. Also, to be fair to Ubisoft, I bought the special edition of Far Cry 3 and I have the bobblehead vase. But, fuck's sake, I don't know what Watch Dogs is going to be like. I'm not going to pre-order a special fucking edition. I wasn't going to pre-order Skyrim to get a plastic fucking dragon. I sure as fuck am not going to pre-order Watch Dogs for a statue. All the other 3 fucking special editions, I'll wait for reviews to come in because it is an unknown quantity. You can only rinse the market when it's a known quantity. Do you think I'd have bought an Optimus Prime and left it in its box if I didn't know what an Optimus Prime was? I have that. It's there as part of price on my desk over there. Because I grew up on the series and I had Optimus Primes and I broke every fucking one as a kid. And then they brought out an anniversary one when I was old enough to buy one and went, fuck me, I'm buying it, and kept it in the box. I didn't buy it because, oh, it's a new thing, and bought it. I bought it because it evokes a sense of nostalgia and love. That's why I will never take that out of the box. Not because I'm some kind of weirdo who collects whatever. You're missing your fucking audience, Ubisoft. You're just being greedy cunts. Stop it. Since you're French, va te faire enculer. You bunch of fucking knob jockeys. Okay, finally, EA. 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 Fuck me. Right, you can tell EA are in trouble. They're not making the money they want to be making because They have just announced that they are sacking about 10% of their workload. Now, it may be more, but they're not announcing exactly how many, but it's somewhere between 900 and 2,000. So that's a big fucking chunk of people. Poor sods lost their jobs over this. Over your bullshit mismanagement, EA. Because I don't think the people working on the ground floor are responsible for all these bullshit decisions. I think those people are working their arse off to make you profit. You fucking twats in the upper management have shafted a load of people, ruined their livelihoods because you made shit fucking decisions. Fuck you people. They don't deserve to lose their jobs. However, as an entity, I am delighted EA are losing money. Fucking delighted you're not making the profit one. Have to resort to sacking people. And lo and behold, EA doth try and go on the PR wagon to fix things, and they doth fuck themselves in the eye yet again, because they've released SimCity version 2.0, a patch that will fix the game and make it work. Has it? No. Doesn't even work. They've made more fucking problems. It's fixed problems, it's made new problems. Well fucking done, EA. You have managed to make a broken game as broken and pay for a big patch, and it's still fucked. I'm baffled. I love the SimCity franchise. I grew up on SimCity. I'm baffled how you could fuck it up as badly as you have. How you could be so fucking childish, so twatty to insist on the fucking online DRM because it's not a fucking MMO. Don't even come that it's a fucking MMO. MMO my arse. You added a multiplayer component intentionally to make people go online, to make sure that, God forbid, anyone bought your game used. Your downfall is going to be long and funny, and I'm going to laugh the whole fucking way, and I'm going to toast your death, EA, if it ever comes. And if not, I'm just going to toast every time you fuckers get disappointed, because you deserve every inch of it. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for listening. You've been looking through the 2020 vision of the Anarchic Eye, and I'll catch you guys later.